Mike from Team Sauce here. I'm going to do a quick profile on the deck I played for the Stone Mountain Regional out in Georgia. That was March 9th, I believe.
Something like that.
Something
yeah.
like that.
It was last
So
weekend.
for that regional, I chose to play branded Voiceless Voice. Reason being is because I think Jog Lock was really fucking cheap, and it came through. What can I say?
How many times did you Jog and Lock someone for a game?
Out of the 9 rounds, I would say 15 times.
Jesus. That's over half.
Yeah.
Half of the matches.
A little bit of luck helps, but nevertheless, let's get this
The
started.
variance, right? Yeah,
Right?
variance.
Yep, variance. To start, we're gonna do 3 lows. What can I say? Best card in the deck. Searches, those things. Must play 3 of. The next card we got Shakira. So basically 3 other ritual spells. You could dump her, and you could do some, and she searches. So real good. Especially it's bait when people try to bestial you or stuff like that, because they're like, "Ha, I got you, bitch." They get your Saphira, but then you have the ritual in hand. So what matters? After that, we have No 2.0. We call her Diviner of the Hera. Previously in Drytron, now she found a home in Voiceless Voice. Great card. It's an imper. It debates imperm. It does a lot of stuff, and it's a must in most ritual decks, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
without her, you can't play her without Trias Hierarchia. Shout outs to Trias. It's quick effect, tribute for cost, which makes it really good in my opinion. Reason being is because if they try to imprint or if they try to Veiler, you could always just dodge it and then just go brrr on them. After that, we have Cerebus. Cerebus, excellent card. Reason it's great in this deck, and it's a 2-of. I used to play Pendulum Graph, but I think Cerebus is better. Pendulum Graph is kind of a win more card in my opinion. Cerebus, once again kind of found a home in this deck. Reason being is because you could abuse the on-field effect to get rid of inherent summons. For the boys and girls that don't know what an inherent summon is, because I've seen it before, think Fenrir, think Cyber Dragon, think stuff like that. And XC summoning, Link summoning, and Synchro summoning, which a lot of people forget about.
Yep.
Another thing a lot of people forget about it is that he is not once per turn as a hand trap or in the field.
Old cards OP.
Yep, and the best thing is when he leaves the field to activate his effect, he goes to your hand. So he goes for 2 rounds. Then last but not least, for the Voiceless Voice stuff, Big Chungus himself, Skull Guardian.
Got them shiny.
Yep. We gotta flex just a tiny bit. So Skull Guardian, he's just a wall. He's big. He's bigger than the Raid Raptor tower, so you could get through that. But at that point, if they get at that point, you're kind of lost. But he's big. He's an Omni Negate. Please don't negate Branded Fusion when you play this, because if they have another Branded Fusion, they're gonna play it again. After that, we have, I guess, the spice. We got the spice of the deck. Give me a second. We have the Brick of Albas, Jogan the Spiritualist, and 3 Branded Fusions. Pardon the mismatch, 2 ultis. We're gonna get them on Monday. But essentially, Jogan the Spiritualist, MVP. So what Jogan does is it prevents special summons, and we have a way to cheat him out into the field on your opponent's draw phase. More on that later when we get to the extra deck. I will explain some plays that I got to do. Branded Fusion busted in this deck. Branded Fusion locks you out of your link plays, but you gain other forms of advantage, because if you need something in the grave like Saphira or Trias to have an interruption, you could do that. Albas, terrible Norman summon, wouldn't recommend it, but it's there. So screw it. Now, on to the next section, we have the Barrier of the Voiceless Voice. Just win games. Just have that, protect your Jaugen. You have an Omni. You sit on a non-target light monsters, a Jowgen, and an Omni Negate when you have this card. It's a great card. 10 out of 10. Most experts would recommend. Then we have the other MVP, Radiance of the Voiceless Voice. Tag out into a Voiceless Voice monster, and you also get to pop it based on the amount of rituals you have. For all you little cheaters out there, please, for the love of God, don't summon a ritual with this card. This only summons monsters. At no point does it say ignoring summoning conditions. Next, we have two of the ritual spells, Prayers of the Voiceless Voice. Great card in general. If it sits in your grave, your opponent never sees it coming, but then you just summon another big Chungus. It's recyclable and it's really good. Then you have Cerebus. Old Fart is a great card. I think Cerebus is a great card because he quick effect tags out. And something to note is that he could summon ritual monsters. Another thing is that Cerebus, once he hits the field, it's an inherent summon, meaning that it just happens. Now, we have 3 pre-prep, great card. It's OP, yep. It has this little caveat that it could get dealt. Keep it at 3, Konami. Then, more consistency cards. We have Prosby. The extra deck in this deck is kind of like a toolbox, in my opinion. You could do a lot of things. You could build it so many ways. I see people do branded. I see people do pure. I see people do a super poly build. So you always have good stuff to dump. Now, onto the hand traps. Ash Blossoms. Man, people are scared of this Ash Blossom stuff, of playing Ash Blossom because of Hita. I say fuck it, let's just play it. If they're gonna full combo you, they're gonna full combo you. And when I say full combo, I'm talking about Fire King and Snake Eye. After that, we got Valor. Reason we're playing Valor in this deck is because I have imperms in the side. Reason I play Valor is for Celine into Axis Code later on. More to that when we get to the extra deck. And finally, Nib. Nib.
Rocky boy.
Yep, Nib gonna nib. You nib these decks at the right spot after 1 or 2 interruptions, you end their turn. Alright, on to the extra deck. So for the extra deck, the first thing that I had was a very lean and small branded package. We have Albion, Sanctifier, Mirror Jade, and Lubellion. So, Albion is Albion. If you want to fuse and get a Mirror Jade, you could do that. I usually don't make Albion unless I'm going second. Sanctifier MVP. The reason Sanctifier is so good is because this bad boy right here. So to make Sanctifier, you need a spellcaster and a Fallen of Albas. Good old Jowgen is a spellcaster, and then you have an Albas. On their draw phase, you give them one on the other. If they interrupt you, they have to waste an interruption against a deck that has an Omni Negate and multiple ways to interrupt you. So you set if they interrupt you, you don't trip. You just sit on your other things, and hopefully if you have some hand traps, they're not gonna break your board. Another saucy play, see what I did there, was if my opponent thought that they were smart and bestialed my Jowgen, I would say, cool, Sanctifier, bring Albas to my side of the field, and load to their side of the field, and then just fusion summon with Albas, and get a free Mirror Jade that way. Now, yes, you could do that. Anyways, Mirror Jade. We have Mirror Jade. It's just Mirror Jade. Interruption. And then we have Lubellion. Lubellion is just another way to fusion summon. Now, Celine An access code, self-explanatory. You make a charmer, you link into Celine, and then you grab one of your Veilers, hopefully, defensible. Please, for the love of God, you can't put a charmer on the Celine because it has to go into defense mode, the monster. Don't misplay. Be good. Access code is access code. We know that already. Dynamondo, Nightmare Phoenix 2.0 plus for rituals. And it's a great card. I have it at 1 in this build because I felt that with the Jowgen block I was strong. I've seen builds with 2. I think both of them are correct. Relinquish animal, take something from them, and at the same time, you could go into dark charmer. SP2 Little Knight, self-explanatory. 2 charmers, light because we played a light deck, dark because of dark. We have Entis and we have Arclight for diviner targets on top of Trias. If I have Trias and I'm set up correctly, I could use those for other things. Chaos Angel. The way you make Chaos Angel in this deck is going to be a low plus Trias Hierarchy. Last resort, they imprint my low. Let's get shit away out of the board. Now, finally, we have quarter century rare Barone. Not that it matters. The way you make Barone in this deck is 2 different options. You make Barone with any of your Ghost Girls, plus a level 6, Bestial, or, a level 7. I'm technical difficulties counted right now. Yeah, level 7. There we go. So Saphira and level 3. Or you could, that's the main way to make it. Now, we're finally going into the extra deck. The side deck, sorry. God card of the format, summon limit. I have my full board plus the summon limit. GG's, let's go to the next game. Imperm, because against fire you want as many ways to imperm / Veiler and stop them. Harpy Feathers Dusters, why the fuck not?
So we hate back row.
Yep, more hand traps. We got Bell for the graveyard lovers. And then we got the draws for the random Vanadium.
Yep.
Plus it kind of stops multiple decks. And at the same time,
Good against flu as well.
yep, and at the same time we have another way to make Celine, because it's a spellcaster.
Yep.
MVPs, Bestials. Lower rarity Bestials. Great. They're good for you. Bestials hit a lot of stuff, super underrated, great in the mirror match. And we finish it up with 2 Cosmic Cyclones, card of the format. And that's it, guys. That's my profile. I got 29th out of 350 at the Stone Mountain Regional. My name is Ike from Team Sauce, and I'm out. Peace.